this video, I'm going to explain difference between AWS regions, availability zones, and data centers. So, what is a region actually? So, if you click on here, you can see various regions in AWS. One is North Virginia, London, Osaka, and other regions. So, these are geographical locations. So, based on your requirement, you're going to choose that. So, what is a region? So, this region contains availability zones. So, in simply, we call AZs. So AG1, AG2, and AG3, and they are labeled with if your region has AP South 1 as named, it could be AP South 1A, 1B, and 1C. And every region contains at least two availability zones. So at least two, and two or more, but at least minimum is two availability zones. So what are these availability zones? These availability zones contains data centers. So data center is a physical building. So if you Google it, what is data center? So the that's how it looks. This is a physical building. So this physical building contains servers and other things. So if I take this picture, so that data center, that's a physical building, contains server racks. So these kind of racks, and they in these racks they usually have physical servers. So whenever you deploy something, maybe you could have storage or you could have a EC2 machine or something else that goes to these physical servers. Cloud means you're not storing information in the cloud. So behind the scenes they have a physical machine. So whenever you create something, and this goes to this physical machine, and this physical machine contains hypervisor, that's we use it for virtualization. This is at hardware level, and whenever you deploy something, it goes as a virtual thing in that hardware. That's how it works behind the scenes. So so whenever you that is a data center actually. Okay, the data center contains those physical machines, as I said. And what are the reasons for having these availability zones? So these availability zones, they're not kept together because for some reason this region has some power outage and earthquake or some other thing, and this for some reason this region, this whole AZ goes down, this availability zones. And if you still, you can have other edges up and running because they are located in between 100 kilometers of distance. So I'm not sure, but up to 100 kilometers of distance, and they are connected with high speed fiber cables. So whenever you put some if you want to access data from one AG and to other AG, so it's going to be quick because they as I said, they are connected with high speed uh, high speed cables, high-speed fiber cables. So you kept one EC2 machine in one AG, one availability zone, and this availability zone goes down. So you're gonna lose this machine. Then how you gonna achieve high availability? High availability means it should be available all the time. So you just kept one. So what in this case, what you can do, you can create another machine here, but this AG goes down, it's not automatically going to reflect in this AZ2, because you need to create that, and we need to pay for both of these EC2 machines. So that's how we can achieve high availability. And what are the reasons for having regions? So there are multiple reasons. Imagine you created a machine, you create a project that you're going to start a food delivery application, for instance, and you want to deliver food only in India. And then what you can do, you need to create a virtual machine in the region nearest to you. So in this case, region Mumbai is the nearest region for us. So if you choose your servers in India, then it's going to be low latency. That means if someone tries to visit your application, that the request goes to a server, and that is in Mumbai. If you put that server in North Virginia or somewhere else, then it takes much time because the data needs to travel all the way to London, and it comes back the same way. So it's going to take a bit of late time. So that then you're going to get a latency. So for this reason, you can have reasons, and another one is compliance reasons. So whenever you for your food delivery application, you are going to have all customer delivery addresses because you need to deliver the food, and you can have payment details such as credit card, debit card, or other UPI payments details. And for compliance reason, this has to be in India only. And then you need to choose the appropriate region. So that could be Mumbai or either Hyderabad, something else, but that should be in India. So that's the reason you can have regions. And you can have multi-region deployment. That means uh, for some reason this whole region goes down, then if you want to replicate the all the infrastructure for disaster recovery, maybe you can put all the infra, you can just replicate all in infrastructure in different region. So that's where you can avoid that you can achieve disaster recovery, and for that reason as well you can use regions. Another one is cost. So if I go back here, so I chose T2 Micro in North Virginia. It costs 0.01, and it's in Mumbai 0.012. So slight difference, but some other services have made the difference. I'm not sure, but so this is one of the reasons as well. For we need to have the regions. Another one is global reach. N- Uh, at the moment, you're serving your application, food delivery application only in India. Later, you decided to start this the same application in some other country. Then you can just create your servers in that whichever the country you want, and then you can just take AMIs from here, and you can just copy them to appropriate region, and you can deploy servers over there. So the that's the way you can use region. So uh, that's that's all for this video. I'm gonna make VPC section videos. Then I'll you're gonna have a clear picture about these things if once I explain them. Thank you so much for watching.